The UFC rankings are out, and we are on the road to Buffalo. I'm Matt Parrino.
I'm Forrest Griffin, and guess what? Matt's going to keep his happy ass in Buffalo. He's moving there. This is the last time you'll ever see him. He's out of Vegas. Have fun being cold.
Thank you. Go Sabres. So we have the biggest fight of 2017 so far. The main
Buffalo!
Event in Buffalo. The light heavyweight title is on the line. Daniel Cormier defends once again against Anthony Rumble Johnson, former light heavyweight champion right here. He knows something about it. What do you think about the fight? I mean, we saw the first fight. We saw how it played out. What's going to be different this time?
They were supposed to fight again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then DC got hurt at the hip injury, correct?
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's been 2 years since the first time they fought. 2 years is not good when you're 38. 2 years is 2 years you don't need unless you're like Tom Brady.
So Tom Brady of the UFC, probably John Jones. Daniel Cormier, that's the only guy he's ever lost to. He is taking on Anthony Johnson 2 years later. Like you said, he's 38 years old. Anthony Rumble Johnson, more seasoned at 205. Is it going to be different this time around?
I have no idea. I don't know. One mistake on DC's part and Anthony could win the fight. However, you know, we did see how the fight played out last time. The Vegas odds open up with DC as a slight favorite.
So it's stat time. Daniel Cormier is 7-0 in fights where he lands 2+ takedowns. Last time against Rumble, he landed 3. He really laid on him. Like he said, he made him wear his weight for the entire fight.
What you have to do with Anthony Johnson to slow him down. DC needs to get in there and make Anthony Johnson move at normal human speed by wearing him out. Lay on him, do anything he can.
Mm-hmm. Cormier said
Except
earlier,
box with him. He said he would box with him.
That's what I was going to ask you.
He's not going to box with him. He's not going to box with him. That's crazy talk. I mean, I know he's been doing some boxing training, and his boxing's good. But, I mean, in the MMA game, you mix your martial arts up, and you don't box boxers.
Exactly. This is the rankings report. Let's take a look at the rankings. You have the champion, Daniel Cormier, and then after that, you're probably going to put John Jones there when he returns from injury. It's been said that he's probably going to get the winner of this. Anthony Johnson.
I think that's an interesting fight to see whoever Jones fights. Let's see what that year plus away has done with him. Let's see where he's at mentally and physically. And I think, you know, DC and Johnson, either one of these guys could be a great person to welcome him back. A great opponent for Jones.
In the co-main event of the evening, it's going to be...
Which takes place in Buffalo.
Buffalo, New York, one Buffalo. UFC former middleweight champion Chris Weidman is going to take on Gegard Mousasi in a very important matchup in that division. You have the former champion Weidman, the wrestler, against Mousasi, who's been in the game forever. Good everywhere it goes. But I'm going to ask you a specific question here. Both guys are pretty well-rounded. So who holds the advantage where it matters most in this one?
Here's the deal. Mousasi has looked great. He hasn't lost since he fought Machida when Machida was really just fighting at an absolute phenomenal level. And he was coming off a knee injury, 13-month layoff, had a major surgery.
Lost to Uriah Hall, but then avenged it.
Yeah. Oh, he did lose, didn't he? I'm sorry, yeah. Okay. So he's looked like a monster recently. If you take away that one fight, which he kind of got that one back. It was cool that he got to get that one back. But Mousasi's a bad dude. I'm just putting this out there. I wouldn't want to fight that guy right now.
If you look at the matchup stylistically, it's one of the worst for Weidman.
I agree.
You got Mousasi, who has the 5th best strike differential in the division and the 2nd best takedown defense, which is where Weidman is probably going to want to live in this fight.
Yeah.
So what does he do? How does he win?
I have no idea.
You come on, game plan. You used to be a coach, right? You used to coach people.
I don't.
Tell them how to win
I've never been good at it. Yeah.
Oh.
Not good. Well, I mean, you know, he obviously he can get that takedown. Even if he doesn't get the takedown, if he can push Mousasi to the fence, wear him out a little bit, close that distance. Mousasi's got a great jab and a great understanding of range. If he can kind of close the distance, make it a grinding, ugly fight, he'd have. That's what I would maybe tell him to do if I was a coach.
GSP Michael Bisping later this year.
That's a real fight that's happening.
Yes,
Holy
it is. Weidman
at 185.
185 for the title.
For the belt.
Then you got Whitaker's taking on Jacare. 2 people out there without a dance partner at the moment. Yoel Romero, who wants that next title shot, and Luke Rockhold.
Who wants that next title shot?
Exactly. No, he wants Fabricio Verdum. Pay attention to the headlines, Forrest.
I thought he called out Bisping.
No, Verdum. He wants to fight at heavyweight.
He wants to fight Verdum at heavyweight.
Yeah, money fight.
Now, you know what? I didn't know about this. I want to see that fight.
Before we get out of here, UFC 210. The card has gotten a little bit of flack, but if you look up and down it is actually a very stacked card full of important matchups. One that I'm keeping my eye on, Kamaru Usman. Usman, wrestler by trade, but he's working down former Black Zillions camp, working with all those killers, strikers. His hands are improving. Keep an eye on that fight. Which one are you keeping an eye on there, Forrest?
I'm interested to see where Will Brooks has landed. You know, he was a guy I thought incredibly highly of. He had a couple okay fights. He had a bad fight against a guy that missed weight, and a kind of an odd, unfortunate fight. Just interested to see where he's at and how he feels coming back.
As always, go to UFC.com for all the rankings and keep it logged on to UFC.com all next week. I'm going to be in Buffalo.
He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. We're not letting him back to Vegas.
It's not my fault that the Sabres are going to probably beat the Golden Knights next season. Look at that hair. How's it looking?
That's actually pretty good hair.
Pretty decent.
A lot of it's going everywhere. Yeah, Buffalo. Buffalo. You know what Buffalo's famous for?
Chicken wings.
A team that loses the shit out of the Super Bowl. Woo! Buffalo Bills.
Who's your team, by the way?
The Falcons.
Good job.